Right, and we are here with Jodie Gray, Chief Executive of English UK.
Hello.
How has it been, Jodie, these past few days, obviously since StudyWorld started, and all the months leading to that?
I mean, the past few days have been really positive, and they felt very positive, which is great. And it's wonderful to see the agents back in the UK for the first time since 2019. It's wonderful to have an event face-to-face, although we have been having events online, which have gone very well and been very well received during the pandemic. I think there's something different about gathering face-to-face. And I know that the agents want to come back to the UK and to be able to visit the schools in person. We've had a number of successful fan trips where they've been visiting centres, and the feedback so far is that meetings, fan trip visits have all been really productive. And I think there is a sense of positivity that people are looking forwards towards the summer, towards future business. But at the same time, we are in a situation where last year I think we reached 60% recovery from pre-pandemic volumes. Okay. So there is definitely room for more growth. There's definitely room for more improvement. And there is a mixed picture. Some centres have not been operating since before the pandemic. Others have come back and are already seeing growth on pre-pandemic volume. So there is a mixed picture, and there's definitely still room to improve. And we're looking forward to seeing how the statistics pan out across 2023, because this, I think, will be the first year when there's nothing holding back business, and we know there's that pent-up demand, and when we might start to see a return to 2019 volumes or even growth in some markets. So we're looking forward to that, and I think this event suggests that we should be feeling positive.
In terms of delegates, I remember on the first day during the welcome reception you mentioned that there are over 200 delegates attending StudyWorld. Can you tell us a little bit more about how many schools are here, how many agents, perhaps some idea about the nationality of the agents who are attending?
Yeah, sure. We have over 50 education providers, and the rest of the remaining 200 plus delegates are made up of service providers and agents. The agents represent 40 markets, or just over 40 markets, so a really good mix. So StudyWorld has changed since 2019. I mean, everyone can see we're in a different location. Before we were in the QE2 Centre in central London, now we're in a hotel venue on Bankside, which is a very kind of vibrant part of London. And it's definitely a smaller event. But I think that what we've been hearing is that when you have these smaller events, they can be very friendly, it's very focused. I think they can be very, very productive and efficient because it's a relaxed atmosphere. Yep. You don't feel fatigued and rushed off your feet. You can meet and see everybody that you want to meet and see. Lots of people here. The educators mainly have full schedules. And I think that we like running these slightly smaller events compared to some of the others that are out there, and trying to provide kind of an opportunity for people to go away feeling like energized, not completely exhausted, and that they've had a good time. They've met lots of people and had a real opportunity to kind of explore partnerships and how they might build going forward. So we are still looking at where we'll go next year or what will happen with StudyWorld. But I very much hope that we'll be back in this venue. I think it's been a really good move here, and a really good first event for this kind of new post-pandemic era that we're all in, because everything has changed. And of course, StudyWorld now is not just face-to-face. We went online as everybody had to, and we responded to the circumstances. But what we found was that online agent workshops do work, that there is, even now that we can freely travel and we can freely meet, there are still people, international agent partners, educators who want to have online. We know that it's convenient. You don't have to leave your desk. It's a way, I think, for some people to kind of explore new markets and have that first contact. And then to work out that first contact, to work out whether or not there's anything to take forward. And also, of course, for the education institutions, it's very cost effective, and for agents too, they don't have to travel. So we will continue with that mix we will keep online events for those who want online, and we will, of course, be enjoying the in-person events as well, because we know that's really important too.
Okay. So yes, the September event, which is, the old, so to speak, the pre-pandemic version of StudyWorld, this year is going to be online, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very well.
And it will be, and we know that it will be popular. I think we've heard from some of our education providers that they like to use the online events, for example, in a slightly different way from the face-to-face. They might target markets where they don't have many partners, for example. Okay. Whereas maybe with a face-to-face event, they may go to the markets where they've got existing partners where they can catch up and have a good conversation. And I think that's an interesting way that some people are differentiating between the two. And we also have those who only want to come to online. We are still very much in a we're still very much in the recovery period after the pandemic. Yeah. There is, people still don't have big marketing budgets, understandably. We're still running. They may have not many students, and this is a way for them to get started without having to invest too much money on the marketing side. So, and as English UK, we're always trying to support our members who are the English language teaching centres as best we can. That one of the ways we can do that is by making sure that our marketing events are accessible and affordable. Exactly,
for everybody.
Exactly.
Okay, and one final question, over and above the pandemic, over and above the workshop. Jodie, you've been with English UK, we were talking before, for quite a number of years, but you were promoted to this big position and you got the famous baptism of fire, as you described it earlier on. Apart from that, Jodie, I also saw you because, like I told you, I sat for these past 2 days in my little corner, but I was observing everything. I saw you carrying a small baby with you, so... Who is Jodie outside of, or maybe not outside, but perhaps complementing your big role at English UK?
Indeed. Yes, no, I had a baby 5 months ago. His name's Jesse. And he's lovely. He's very calm and very happy, very contented little baby. And he visited for one night because the welcome reception ended late. And I returned to work about a month ago. And it's, combining motherhood with being the Chief Executive of English UK is challenging, but equally it's very rewarding, and I'm very lucky we have an incredible team at English UK. I've worked with many of them for a very long time. We're the kind of organisation where you join and then you stay, you don't leave. And so my colleagues are all my friends, and we're a really close-knit team, many of whom I've worked with for literally decades. And they're all Jesse's aunties and uncles, and the changes that came about during the pandemic means that now, not just at English UK but at all organisations, we work more flexibly. We work remotely sometimes. We work in the office sometimes. We work flexible hours sometimes, and what I hope we have in English UK, and certainly what it's giving me, is the chance to sort of balance home life and work life. And I think ultimately. That leads to everybody being happier and enjoying their jobs more. And I hope that when delegates come to our events like at StudyWorld, they have a sense of this kind of friendly atmosphere that's created by the team ultimately, because we all feel that, and we all enjoy hosting people at these events. We enjoy meeting delegates and our members, and we all enjoy our jobs. And it's important that we're able to do that while also balancing our lives and the demands of our families alongside it. So, I'm a new mum and learning every day. Sometimes from my colleagues who have more experience in being mum than me, but learning every day how to balance work and home life. But so far, so good.
And you're certainly start them young to a whole new level.
Yes.
I mean, 5 months and he's already attending StudyWorld. I think that's a record in the industry.
I mean, next year he'll be doing the announcements. He'll be on the registration desk.
Probably.
Definitely. We'll get him a t-shirt.
Well, and that is, I mean, you were talking about the atmosphere within the team. I think I can speak for myself. I've been attending your event for a very long time, and it is something that I always felt, even just seeing the team and how they work together, the giggles, it shows that these are people who really enjoy what they are doing, and it certainly comes across to us participants, to us delegates, so hats off to you guys. You've done a great job.
Thank you. And I think that one thing that's important to us is that, and we've really tried to explore when we've had to have this reset after the pandemic, is why are we all in this industry? And it's the same for everyone who works at English UK, as it is for all of our members, as it is for our international agent partners, as it is for the service providers who are the exhibitors at these events. Like, why do we do this? And I think everybody had to explore this, but essentially the industry stopped, right? And we do it because we believe that the experience students have studying English overseas transforms their lives, and it's important for intercultural understanding. It's important for the world. We do good as an industry ultimately, and I think it's that kind of belief and vision that meant that's kept people in the industry when there was no industry. You know, and now has kept them there when it's been slow to return, and that's why people do it, and that's why we do it in English UK as well. You know, that's why my colleagues and I have all been there for a long time, and ultimately that's what we believe in, and why we keep coming back and why we enjoy our job so much.
Exactly. Well, very inspiring. A lovely 10 minutes with Jodie Gray. Hopefully they won't be the last. So this is the first of many interviews that you will see and listen to with Jodie Gray, Chief Executive of English UK. So thank you very much for having us over here. Congratulations on the event, and we look forward to the next one.
Thank you so much.